While the Las Vegas Review-Journal recommended the Springs as a place to see a rich diversity of Mojave animals within easy walking distance, research biologist Ray Samur recognizes the real challenges of running a nature preserve that's completely surrounded by an urban jungle.
We're kind of an island in the middle of the city. You have this 180 acres within the city, and the city is the ocean. So it's very difficult for animals to make their way to or from this location.
And some indigenous animals haven't been able to handle Las Vegas urban development and its effect on their habitat.
Historically, we had a few species that we don't have today. We had some frogs, some fish in the springs. We also had tortoises living on the site, and their remains have been found in archaeological sites, both historical and prehistoric.
But the gray fox has found a home here among the tangled brush and a haven at the top of its tall cottonwoods.
The gray fox is definitely a southwestern species. We have kit fox that occupy a slightly different habitat, more barren, more open. The gray fox really likes these the mesquite bosks, that kind of habitat. The neat thing about them is they can actually climb trees, so they're able to escape from, say, bobcats or coyotes.
And these dedicated omnivores can browse year-round on a wide variety of food sources worthy of a Las Vegas buffet.
During the winter months, they eat a lot of mesquite pods. Later in the year, all of a sudden, you'll see a change in their diet. They eat mulberries. So there's native mulberry trees on the site, and they eat those berries. And you know, when the mice come out of hibernation or the pocket mice come out of the ground, you have a shift as well.
Like every desert dweller, though, the key ingredient for their survival is water. So a recent pond restoration project near the historical Big Spring site became an attraction for scientists and foxes alike.
This is where 2,500 gallons of water a minute would flow down this very channel right here. Since it went dry at around 62, we've recreated a pond, just sort of a test pond to see if we could line an area and get water back into a historic area without impacting a historic structure. Knowing that this was a waterhole that might attract wildlife, we installed infrared cameras at this site just to see what might be coming to this waterhole. So that's when we first got the photos of the gray fox.
Then several years ago, a succession of baby foxes began to appear, and they showed little fear of their new surroundings.
The litter was kind of interesting. We had a lot of sightings from both the public as well as some of our staff early in the morning, later in the evening, you know, dawn and dusk, saying that they'd seen little fox, smaller than normal. And as it turns out, these fox, because they grew up here with public around, they weren't as shy around people. The best spots, I think, on site to view a fox, if you wanted to sort of stake out a location, would be the Big Springs Ramada. Down by the chicken coop would be another good location, or anywhere near water, so down in the Cienega. They do go over the berm and go down into the Cienega to hunt as well. And in those cases, they'll sometimes be right up into the gardens or into the grounds of the Springs Preserve looking for mice or antelope ground squirrels.
Their nocturnal activity has also included some surprise visits to their kin in the living collection.
We've actually had wild foxes coming over the wall or under the wall or however they're getting through the gates and walking on the top, on the mesh and around our fox exhibit, just looking to interact.
And what better recommendation could the Springs have as a wildlife viewing location than the fact that our own foxes enjoy going there to see and be seen? You can get a zoologist's perspective on the care and feeding of the animals in our living collection by joining us for behind-the-scenes tours. For tour dates and details, visit springspreserve.org.